how to create a PHP project. It says learn how to create a PHP project which secures web pages using PHP sessions. This course also teaches the test-driven development approach to creating PHP projects. Throughout the course, you will be writing unit tests before writing the project features, testing the code, and then refactoring where needed until the tests pass. You will also learn how to check for PHP code smells using PHP Code Sniffer, and it also has PHP Stan in this course. The course teaches you how to build a means of securing web pages using sessions in PHP, and we do so without the need of any frameworks. And it's centering around how to actually set up the project and how to secure web pages using sessions and how to test projects. You'll learn how to redirect requests to other pages using PHP header functions. You'll learn how to secure PHP pages using sessions, PHP session management, how to create HTML login forms, how to configure and run PHP Code Sniffer, and the PHP Code Beautifier and the Fixer to fix project code smells, how to configure and run PHP Stan, how to write PHP unit tests using TDD, how to run scripts using Composer to automate repetitive tasks, how to set up a PHP project using Composer. And I've added some required sort of recommended knowledge before you get started with this. So to help you with this course, it is recommended that you have the following skills, experience, and knowledge: an IDE that can read PHP and CSS. So I believe I wrote this in using PHP Stan, but you can use VS Code for this as well. Any operating system is good for this course, so Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Make sure that Composer is installed locally. Make sure that there's PHP Xdebug version 3 and 3.1 and higher. PHP 8 Plus as well is needed, and have a basic understanding of PHP, HTML, and CSS. Have an experience with creating basic web projects, although this goes in about how to set those things up, and also a basic understanding of the command line, because we're obviously going to be using and running scripts on the command line. But it's a very beginner-friendly, very sort of gentle project that we create, and we talk about how to test. This is a test and it fails, so how do we write the code to make the test pass, and then how do we refactor? And so there's 11 tutorials in here. It's been a project that I've been working on for quite a long time, and I'm so glad to get this out. And it's a text-based project, so there's no videos in this course. It is purely reading tutorials. So for example, I'll click on the project installation lesson, because there's the first 3 tutorials are free, so you can have a look at these and see how it goes. So we get the source code, and then it's all about how to go into the course, how to run Composer install, how to test. So something I should say is the course is split into 2 sort of sections. The first one is that you can actually create the project from scratch, to just use that as a reference, and then the other one is how to actually build it yourself, right? So it's teaching you step by step how to go through the actual build process of the project of the course. So there's like Composer test, and it runs PHP Stan, it runs PHP unit, and the Code Sniffer as well, how to run the local server, and then how to set the project up for learning. So if I go to the next one, project setup and configuration. So this is where, okay, I want to create the project from scratch. It goes through, right, this is the structure of the code, the hidden files. So for example, we got php unit.cache. We also have the vendor directory and reports, and then we want to keep the reports folder. So we do git keep on that. So this is teaching you how to use git ignore files, and then how to build the configure Composer, how to run Composer, and it goes through each step with, this is now what your directory structure looks like, right? And configure PHP unit, run PHP unit, this is what your directory structure now looks like, right? So it's a very gentle way of teaching you how a project starts and builds itself and, starts building upon itself. This is how to configure PHP Stan. These are the commands for testing. Building the login form. So we build the login form. This is the directory structure you need. This is how we start building the HTML structure. This is the form that we build. Okay, so now let's talk about how to access the site. Now we have something running. Okay, let's talk about how to actually start dealing with PHP form submissions. And so this is grabbing the post requests from the HTTP request, and then check your code at the end of it. So it's a very sort of gentle way, as I mentioned, to build up this project. And of course, we've got 11 tutorials. So building the secure area, then it talks about styling those things, and then the TDD of the login form, and then creating the PHP order configuration, populating the secure area with user data, how to handle sessions with TDD, and how to handle PHP redirects. So that is the new course that's come out. I think it came out about 2 days ago, which I'm very pleased with. I'm very proud of this course.